Right, everyone. Hello. Welcome to my other channel. It's going to be the first video I do on here. I was going to give it to the kids, my kids, to do. I know most of you know me as Fish Hunter UK. I've got quite a successful fishing channel. I say successful. It's doing alright. This channel I used to do coastal scavenging on, but when you go fishing, trying to concentrate on actual fishing and doing the coastal scavenging is pretty difficult. So I was going to give the channel to my kids, and they was going to do their own thing on it. But I've just recently got a new van, and in my spare time, I've bought the tickets so that I'm able to go out and do scrap metal collecting. Really, I've been looking about a bit on YouTube, and there is a few other channels. So I thought, you know what, I quite enjoy doing this. I nip out for a couple of hours when I've got a couple of hours to nip out, and yeah, go and pick up a few bits if I see it. It seems to me that, from what I've heard, that the money at the minute for scrap metal is pretty good. It's quite high, so there's a lot of people doing it, which means there's not a lot to find. But I've got family members and other people, and I've quite a few friends and stuff that know I'm out doing it. So I've got a lot of people sort of out there helping me out, and if they find anything or know of anything, then they'll let me know, and I'll just go and pick it up. Today, it's Saturday, so the missus has gone to the town. Shopping, and I've got my oldest daughter with me, Lacey, holding the phone. And I thought, you know what, today is there's no better time to start. I wish I'd have started last week actually, because I had a really big unit that I got put in contact with by one of my friends, and it took us. We was there from 8 o'clock the first day till 10 o'clock at night, and then we was there till 1 o'clock the next day. Me, my brother, even the missus come down to lend a hand. Actually, she was sweeping up. And basically we emptied this unit, and I think in the 2 days I probably earned about 1,100 quid in just in scraps. There was no decent scrap. There loads and loads of cable, but it just all low value cable really. Some VIR when I cut the plugs off. But so yeah, I wish I'd have started with that, because that would have made a cracking first video, to be fair. But we got a few bits in the back, and yeah, we just picked up. Someone flagged me down and gave me a battery, which is not a bad thing to have. A few of them add up quickly. I've just picked up a cooker top from a fellow that's doing a bit of building work, and he had a few other bits and pieces there, so we chucked them in the van. I've got an alley table and chair set in the back. What I'll do is we'll leave it there, and then next time we see something, we'll start recording again, and we'll go from there. But with this channel, I shall probably be doing sort of scrap videos, clearance videos, obviously getting weighed and getting paid. You'll see all that as well. I'll tell you exactly how much I earned, so I'll show the receipt, I'm not worried. Yeah, like I say, I quite enjoy it. Driving about, doing a bit. It's better than sitting indoors, because I can't stand sitting indoors watching the TV. Why not? Earn a few extra quid, and make more content for YouTube. So we'll leave it there, and I'll bring it back when and if we find anything. Right then, people, washing machine just picked up. This is what I've picked up so far this morning. I've only been out about an hour. There's a radiator, cooker top, some Scrapman's Gold, plenty of alley. This bandsaw, plenty of alley on it. That I should probably strip apart, take all the alley off. I'm pretty certain all this casing's alley. Obviously with the washing machines, there's a nice big motor there, which is absolutely full of copper. I don't bother taking the motors apart. Maybe I should. I'll rip the wire and loom out of all of them. There's a little motor there as well that I take off. But then cooker tops, all them are alley. I just cut myself too. I've got a boo-boo. A bit of stainless, decent bit of heavy iron there. Yeah, a couple of kids' electrics. I've got an electric scooter and an electric motorbike. So they'll have a battery in them as well, which I'll take out. There's loads of bits of cable in there to cut off as well. So yeah, all in all, not doing too bad at the minute. For an hour or so, may have earned a score maybe so far. But to be fair, a lot of my stuff, so far really, I've only ever weighed in the mixed iron or heavy iron. Indoors I've got all my copper, I've got all my brass. I've got a stack of alley. I've got, what else we got? Home lace. But I've got quite a big stack of stainless steel going.
Loads of wires.
Yeah, I've got loads and loads and loads of VIR indoors. I say loads and loads and loads. I've probably got like a wheelie bin full so far. But I mean, that adds up so quick. Unless you hold that. That all adds up so quick, that wire. I had a Stanley knife that I was cutting wires and stuff off with, and then on Amazon, £4 for a decent pair of wire cutters. And I mean, they're not decent, they're still only a cheap pair, but they cut through the cable like it's water, to be fair. And they are ideal. One thing I've noticed, scrapyards don't take fridges and freezers, which a lot of people do know and a lot of people don't know. I always thought it was because of the gas bottles on the back. Well, I was wrong there. It's apparently just because there's not actually much metal in the fridge. A lot of it's like insulation, foam and stuff inside the doors and all around it. So I've been driving around and I could have filled this van 17 times today with just fridges and freezers for the amount we've seen. Just gonna spin around and start heading towards home. But yeah, people are obviously cutting the cable off of them, cutting the power lead off. And they're also taking the little bottles and all the little tiny bits of copper components out the back. Now, fair enough, because I mean the copper does add up, especially at the moment, the price of it. I think I used about 3 different yards, because one of them pays the best, but the queue there all the time is an absolute nightmare. So I mean, the first time I went in there to use it, I think I queued up outside for 2 hours, which I wouldn't have done if I knew it was going to take that long. So I've got a couple now that I use, and for copper, I think heavy copper's something like, I don't know, £4.5, £5 a kilo, and bright wire, just obviously stripped cable, was, I think they said the other day, £6.70. Although they said it's silly when it gets to that price, because that's when people start going out and stealing it and killing themselves on railway lines. I mean, obviously the money's there, but it's not worth your life, and it's not worth going to prison for it. Same thing with any scrap that's in someone's garden. You can see it clearly scrap, but you can't take it. You can't take it without knocking and asking. If they're not in, you just, like I said, it's tough. You leave it. It goes. Unless it's outside on the path, then you know it's obviously been put there for someone to take away. So I don't bother knocking. But if it's in someone's garden, I'll always knock. Yeah, well that was the first washing machine of the day. You never know, we might find another one, but I am heading towards home now. I've 5 or 6 more different roads to go down, and then that'll be it for the day. A couple of hours, half a van full-ish. It's something to do and it earns a few quid, and the main thing is, it's recycling and cleaning the streets. So if anything else comes up, we'll notify you in a bit. Right then people, so this was today's turnout. This is all cleaned up now, or the most I'm going to clean it up, and I've just started stacking it in the van. So all the motors out of the washing machine, any wires have been cut off. All this now is just light iron scrap. I mean, there are bits of heavy iron in there, literally like steels off of a property, which would go as heavy iron. But again, I'm not gonna piss about too much with that. So everything else, like there's a big lump of stainless around that cooker hood, but I'm not going to pull it off. Down here, that's a wally there that I've stacked and pulled out and broken up. There's a bit of stainless on the top. There, I've got a motor out the washing machine. There's a bit of alley in there. There's a nice big brass tap that we got, with a little bit of copper. And yeah, and I say the motor. Also, I picked up a car battery. Someone stopped me and I picked up a car battery. That pink scooter there had 2 small 12-volt batteries in it, and I did have another little battery out of another kid's bike that I got rid of. So yeah, that is that. There's the back of a combi boiler there, the tank out of a combi boiler. So that will just be, if I get out tomorrow and do anything, I'll get out and have a little look around tomorrow. Obviously if I get any messages and things on Facebook and stuff like that from people. So what I'll do now is I'm going to carry all these few bits through, and I'll just show you what I've been collecting over the past couple of weeks since I've been doing this, because I haven't been doing it long. A lot of the stuff from that big unit I was telling you about has all gone. Obviously it all went to the scrapyard while I was there, but I think out of that unit there was 180 kilos of cable, like VIR, but there was so much of it there. If you can imagine 180 kilos of small bits of cable, like, I don't know, not even as long as a van power leads and things like that. All the plugs and things would have taken months and months to cut off. Or computer leads, all little computer plug, all sorts of tiny little leads. There was so much of it. It nearly filled the van, just the cable alone. So that went as low grade, which was a bit crap, to be fair. I think I got 30p a kilo for most of it. I did scrap quite a bit of it. I did cut a lot of it off, and so did my uncle. He came down to the unit one evening and he was sitting there with a pair of wire cutters just going through it. But as I said, it would have taken months and months to get it all off. So we just took it all in as it was. To be fair, I got so much out of it. It was just sort of get it in, get it gone. You've had a touch, get in this unit, basically, to be able to get it all and it not go out to the public and everybody have a little bit. So there was no point in being greedy. I just took it in as it was and got the job done. But yeah, I'll get this stuff through and I'll show you what I've got in the garden, what I'll be collecting and keeping. Probably maybe once every couple of months I'll run it in, and it'll be a nice payday. Copper, brass, cable, stainless, alley, batteries. Yeah, right, I'll see you in a sec. Right guys, so there is my bin of VIR, over brimming. It does need, some of it needs sorting out. There's a couple of plugs and bits on it. As you can see, I stripped a bit of cable up there, which I need to clear up as well. But this is my shed. It is a big old shed. I've got loads of, to be honest, it needs cleaning out. I've got the bloody garden furniture in here, which is quite annoying. I want to get that out as soon as possible, but obviously we need the summer, so. And then I can start using my bench to strip a bit. I've got fishing gear and tools and God knows what else up there. Rods. I've got more rods up there. All my fishing gear. So yeah, that's at the minute. That's the pile. I mean, there are little bits been chucked in with it, like little bits of copper here that are off the back of fridges. So that is that. And then there's my few batches I've got today, which that's, to be fair, the only ones I've got at the minute. I'll keep them there. Here's my bit of alley, couple of steps, pile there, all that's alley up there. And then that's couple of big saucepans, and there's loads of alley in there. I've got about 8 or 10 motors down there out of washing machines and whatever. And then in there's all stainless pipe. There's loads of stainless bolts and nuts and a few other little bits and bobs. So yeah, that is that. And then the good stuff, show you my fish. Water's looking a bit worse for wear at the minute. Again, another job needs doing, same as the rest of the garden. All koi in there, couple of commons, couple of little mirrors. I've also got a little sturgeon in there, Sammy we call him. He's normally up and about. Oh, there he's down. I can see him, but you probably can't see him. He's just going along there. Yeah. Anyway, the good stuff. So at the minute, all the better bits, copper, brass, other things that are like these water pumps, things like that off of these boilers. I don't really know what I need to do with them, or if there is anything extra I can do with them. So in these boxes is just copper, brass, braze actually at the minute that needs sorting out. Bits of wires in there, little bits of motors and stuff that I ripped out and it snapped off, and is it worth cutting it off and taking the copper off? Probably is. Will I do it? Probably not. Things like that. Some sort of, I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'll figure that out. And this pump, I'll figure that out. There's obviously bits of wire in there. There's a little battery in there too that'll go with the batteries. This one is all brass. Actually, no, it's not. There's a bit of copper there with a bit of brass on it that I've got to pull off. This one was all copper, but again, that needs cleaning. That is some sort of motor in there. Oh, that's one of them pumps again. So again, I've got to work that out. That I'm assuming is irony alley. There's another one of them. Lead wash radiator, which weighs a bit, and there's a bit of cleanish copper in there. So yeah, that is that. I'm just going to keep filling these up, to be fair, for the next couple of months, and then take them all in one go. Oh, I've also got this as well, stainless steel rack out of I don't know, out of a restaurant or kitchen or something, so that can all obviously go with the stainless. I should cut that up, condense it down a bit, but yeah, that's at the minute that's how we're doing. I've got a lump of lead there as well, but what I've got to do really is work out, give all this stuff a home, because at the minute it's right outside my back door and the missus ain't going to like it for much longer. So yeah, well, that's the end of this video, my first ever scrapping video. Hopefully you'll give it a like, and if it's the first time watching, you'll give us a sub, because obviously it all helps. And if you're into fishing, check out my other channel, Fish Hunter UK. we do have a good laugh, and sometimes we catch a few fish. In a bit.